Oh, it's time now to take on the final frontier. Can I have my weird music, please? Can I have my weird music, man? Come on, man. It's nothing without the music. Welcoming Dr. Daniel Cunnama back into studio. Welcome, sir. So a brand new little baby has been launched out into the big wide universe out there. I'm talking about the Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, or affectionately known as TESS. NASA has launched this. This is pretty fresh.
Very fresh. So about 2 a.m. this morning.
Wow.
It was launched aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9.
Do we have this on screen? Can we have a little look at this? Just take a gander at that rocket. We can't see it. Oh, there we go.
We go. Yeah, so 2 a.m. this morning on a SpaceX Falcon 9 and then a NASA satellite in the top.
It's a collab.
Went flawlessly, and the Falcon rocket body landed on a floating platform in the sea again.
Oh, my word!
It's just becoming so easy.
Yeah, but this is the crazy world we live in. So introduce us to Tess. What is she going to do?
So Tess is as you said, a transiting exoplanet survey satellite, which is going to look at about 200,000 stars, most of the nearest stars in our galaxy. And then it's going to monitor them quite sort of regularly for about a month. And what it's looking for is tiny little dips in the light from those stars.
Hence the planets
and if there's a sort of planet
okay.
moving in front.
We know so much about what a planet would need, the distance from the sun, the ratios, all those sorts of things. Do we think we've got enough now to be able to say, okay, that looks like, can you at a glance say, okay, this looks like it could be possibly a life suitable planet, if that's even a term, or does it still take a lot of research after the fact?
It does take a little bit of research, but that's basically what TESS is designed to do now. So it's designed to look for these sort of habitable planets in nearby stars. So the 200,000 nearest stars, it's going to look for them sort of moving in front like this, and then other telescopes, such as the upcoming James Webb and stuff, will be able to follow up on that. So it'll identify potential ones, and then we can follow up and see whether they're habitable.
This is going out there further than most satellites would. Is this the furthest out that a satellite kind of orbits?
Well, orbits potentially. So Kepler, the previous satellite which did this job,
yeah.
It kind of went around the sun, so it was orbiting around the sun rather than the Earth in order to do its job. This is the first satellite that NASA's put in a kind of lunar. They call it a lunar resonance orbit. So it's kind of going out towards the moon and back to Earth, out towards the moon and back to Earth. So it's actually going to do a
like
little
ping pong. Tuk, tuk,
absolutely,
tuk,
yeah.
Tuk. I love that.
Yeah.
What's the advantage of it being that far out there? What does it get that it can't get closer to Earth?
So obviously close to Earth, there's a lot of satellites in near Earth orbit. But then there's also a lot of interference. There's light. There's a lot of things going on near the Earth. This is a very stable thermal orbit, so it's a very constant temperature, very good for nice, clean science.
Awesome stuff, nice, clean science. I like the way you say that, man. If you're wondering why my mind looked blown as we were coming into that, I was asking Dan if he could do the maths to get something like this to actually work, and he can. I absolutely love that. But you can follow, obviously, online, as you've just seen, Tess's progression right now, so go and check that launch out if you can. Just see where human endeavour is at the moment, now gone way, way off planet.